Bit of a mission today. We're going to go and find a lost propeller from a targa. So we're not sure if we're going to find it. It's going to be a needle in a haystack. But this week, or today I should say, which is a Sunday, I'm on my cousin's boat, which is a lock-in 33. And it's called Eastern Dawn. Couldn't remember the name.
You're charting now.
I'll stay out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's fine, mate.
This thing is an absolute beast. What I'll do is I'll ask him to chop my my weight bag in my bag, my weight harness in the bag, and then we'll chuck it over the side and we'll just go alongside and pick the bag up, yeah? Need to grab my weights off of Sylvia. Is Sylvia here, just coming in? Richard, I need my weights in the front. I need my shot harness. We are now on the approach to Herm. Well, we're not quite on the approach, we're slightly off the approach to Herm on the leading lines. So the owner of the Targa was motoring along and basically snapped the spline on a duo prop. They're unsure what happened, no one's really seen it before, but it has happened to the same boat off Sark into deeper water. Unfortunately, he's lost the stub shaft, which is on the drive, and also the propeller. Very expensive propeller. So we're going to attempt to find this propeller, and it really is a needle in a haystack. But I think I might have the odds stacked in my favour, as this is quite a nice bit of seabed. Very light, good visibility, and very little in the way of reefs. So we've got low reef really, no more than a metre, but the majority is on this nice soft sand. Some nice starfish around here. Some nice soft sand and some nice gravel. Fingers crossed. As you can see, it's very shallow at 21 metres. That means I'll get about half an hour on the bottom having a look in each time. The thing is, I'm going to travel a long way in half an hour, so I'm probably going to break it down to about 20 minutes. I've got 1 tank of air with me, so I'll probably do 2 runs. You don't know exactly where the propeller's gone or where it even come off, but the one thing they did notice is it come off the power a little bit, so basically there's only 1 prop turning. So it could have come off and dropped straight to the bottom, it could have come off and carried on spinning for a while, but I'm sure it's on the seabed somewhere around here. You can see it's an area that gets a little bit of tide. There's very little weed growth, and also the scours around the rocks. Also there's loads and loads of cockle shells, but then again there is a lot of starfish, so I think they are feeding on them. You can see here bits of seaweed that are drifting with the tide. So I'm not actually travelling that fast, probably maybe walking pace I suppose. Certainly could turn around and swim back against the tide. Just take a look at all these starfish. Look at this one. Not quite sure if they're trying to replicate, or maybe one of them's got a clamshell in there and the other one's trying to steal it. Yeah, I think they've probably got a clam underneath. I'll leave them be and carry on. Wouldn't be a dive around Guernsey without a shark, and there's one swimming off there. Dogfish, only about 3 foot long. They don't grow much bigger than this. Loads of different colour ones. There's a lilac, kind of pinky and dark blue one. Grey. They do come in varying sizes of these starfish. They're called spiny stars. Let's have a look under this one. I'm sure this one's got a... Yeah, look, you can see it now. It's trying to prise it open with its thousands of little feet. I'll leave it there. So far I haven't seen anything shiny. I've kept the torches on even though you don't need them, but just in case it reflects the shininess of the prop. There's a dead spider crab. It's quite annoying now because I keep coming across this sort of boulder field, and every so often I just catch out the corner of my eye, little glint, get excited, start swimming towards it and find out it's just a rock. Also you can see here the starfish cling to the back of the rocks out the way of the tide. Travelled probably 150 metres. It's about time I went back up. I'll get taken back with the boat and then drop back down. Oh, little... No, I thought that was a little baby scallop, a queenie, but it wasn't. So back down for the second dive. We've moved over a little bit and we're thinking that if I can see 15 metres, well, a bit of exaggeration, probably 10 metres either side of me. I'm covering 20 metre swathe across the seabed. So I've moved over maybe 15-20 metres. And we'll go again. That's the beauty of this. I've never really dived this area, and I don't think many people would have dived it because there's not really much there. There's no scallops or anything like that. I'm sure that people have probably dived down through here, but it's a bit of a Bit of a nice change really to be able to dive somewhere different. Oh, what do we have here? Let's follow this fish. This looks like a trim from around a boat, a modern window, and also we have a milk bottle. Or is it a beach in a bottle? Don't know, look quite decorative that, but nice on a shelf somewhere. Check out the collars. It's weird though because Guernsey has never had glass milk bottles like this, we've always had like a Tetra Pak sort of style. Check this out, this is a purple heart urchin. Normally find the empty shells, I hardly ever see the ones because they burrow under the sand. What do you reckon this is? Certainly looks like bakelite. Interesting, why is it in the sea here though? Oh, now I take off the bit of seaweed. I kind of guess what that is. Anyone else guess what that is? Still weird how it's so far out to sea. I think that's a clay pigeon. And what's it doing in the sea? Well, potentially it could have come off a cruise ship. I seem to be coming across a load of bits and pieces now. It's a crockery that's been thrown there. Like this old plate. Looks like milk glass. Also, there's loads of other little bits and bobs that seem to be around. Certainly doesn't look like a shipwreck. There's no structure there to say it was a shipwreck. Check out this. This is really cool. Caught my eye from really far away. It's a tiny little pottery. Bit of pottery. Roberts Bridgeport on. Dr. Roberts. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to leave it here. I'm going to pop it in my pocket and take it back to the surface. Maybe the boys on the boat would like a look at it too. Bit of research. Dr. Robert, poor man's friend, ointment, Bridgeport. Basically is one of Dorset's most famous household names. From humble beginnings in the 1790s, Dr. Robert's ointments was destined to become a household brand under the Beech and Barnacle partnership. This Victoria ointment pot dates about 1880. And randomly, on a Google search, I find one for sale in Guernsey for £32. Take a listen to all the boats flying over the top. It's that time of the tide where everyone's getting over the Herm super quick. Don't worry, we'll radio VTS to let them know we're diving there. And they have been warning people over the radio. That's an interesting pile of stuff, but I haven't got time to look at it. I've got to remember, I'm looking for a propeller here. It's another old bottle? Nah, that's not old. I think it's quite a modern Schweppes bottle. I'm going to put it in my bag anyway. Have a look when I get back on the boat. The seabed here seems to be getting a bit more reefing. It seems to be ramping up. I keep seeing these little fish. I think it's a coma fish. I could be wrong. It looks like a very small coma fish. These are still quite new to Guernsey in the last 3 or 4 years. They're meant to be in the Mediterranean, but for some reason we're seeing them in our waters. And I think that's another spiny starfish eating another cockle or clam. I'm starting to get towards the end of my dive now. We're probably in about 18 metres of water. You can tell it's starting to get shallow because we're getting this golden kelp now starting to grow. Less than 20 metres, you can expect to see that. Still loads of cool starfish everywhere, all different colours. Glance at the air and a glance at the bottom time, and I'm going to start getting ready to go up. But before I go up, I've noticed this. To me it looks man-made. It's a man-made object. It looks like it's a very uniform shape. I'm thinking, is this a cannon? Doesn't look like a cannon. Looks like the end's kind of blocked up. But now I want to sort of try and dig it out a little bit and see how far it goes to the right hand side. So let's just carefully dig. Remember, I don't know what this is, so I'm kind of being very careful. It looks like I'm hitting it and touching it, but I'm not actually doing that. I'm just wafting the sand out from alongside it with the power of the water. Looks like it's got long bits on. I'm starting to get a little bit worried because that almost looks like rifling marks on the side. What I don't want to be seeing is a pointy end down this side. It's probably 2 foot long and maybe, I don't know, 8 inches wide at the base. Well, I'm not going to expose it much more. I know it doesn't go any further to the right hand side, so we can say it's not a cannon. But is it something that's fired at the end of a cannon? I'm kind of starting to get a little bit worried that this is actually a bomb. Not so much a bomb, maybe a shell of some sort. It looks a bit too big to be a shell. Let's just take a look. Pointy end. It's not looking good. I think that could actually be a bomb. Don't worry, I'm not dead. By the time I come back to the surface, I was well away from where that bomb was, if it was a bomb, so we didn't really get any coordinates. Thanks for spending time to watch us and come with the dive. Unfortunately I didn't find the propeller, but maybe next time.